Okay, again, it is July 15th, 2020, and I'm doing my second reading for the day. This one is devoted to understanding what is in Donald Trump's tax returns, why what is he trying to hide? And then I want to get further into this news that's out that his lawyers are they're raising challenges against the Manhattan District Attorney's subpoena for his financial records. Because there was kind of a win for us with the Supreme Court ruling that Trump does not have immunity against a state grand jury investigation. So the lawyers are now challenging that. So I want to see how that's going to go for him as well. But first, I want to know what is in his tax returns that he is trying to hide. What is in those tax returns? Okay. So, looks pretty straightforward, I'd say. And I don't have any position or any meaning to the positions assigned. I'm just looking for a story here. So it looks like in the past, this is his business dealings. The Three of Pentacles has to do with business dealings, and often it can be the dark dealings. You could look at it as being everything that comes together in order to create what you're trying to create. But are you working in in the light? Are you working in sustainable ways and what's good for the greater whole? Or are you working towards just selfish means? And because the Death card comes here, I'm seeing this as he's trying to hide what's in the records that the estate planning that was put together after his father died. I think he's done some shady things in regards to his trust, the trust funds that were created after Fred Sr. died once he crossed over. So this brings to light more of the things that Mary Trump may reveal in her book. And we have to remember that everything in her book was, well, not everything in her book. She's gonna get into all the psychological, wounding and pathology within the family, of course. But when it comes to money, we just have to remember that the big news, all the big stories that came out through the New York Times came from her. She's the one that had all the financial documents, and there's information out there already about something about like 23 big boxes of financial records that she got to the New York Times. And then they went through their, with their CPAs, and they did all their, financial forensic type of work to get in touch with the truth that they discovered. In the discovery was that he had been, and this is the same thing that came through with Michael Cohen's testimony, but what Trump had been doing, what Fred Sr. had been doing for years, has been, they're trying to protect their financial assets. And the way that they did that was by sometimes lowering the appraisal values for, and how he was able to create that, I'm not sure. Probably with some shady real estate, dealers and appraisers probably bought things off, But anyway, what he did was he was able to lower the values of the properties when it came, tax time, when it came for, tax assessment. So that's tax evasion, that's tax fraud. But then also insurance fraud. Like Michael Cohen's testimony said, and in the New York Times, their records released that he would overvalue when that would, behoove him when it would create financial, like if he wanted to get a loan, like imagine you're trying to get a loan, well, he would appraise, they would get appraisals that made the property look like it was worth more than it was. Then when it came to taxing, assessments, he would somehow finagle it to make it look like it was worth less than it was. And then when it came to buying insurance, which I don't know why he would do that, because to me that's really risky, but he would undervalue his properties as well so that the insurance was cheaper. So we're talking tax fraud and insurance fraud. That's what's coming at him. So, but anyway, to answer the question is what he's been hiding is, these underhanded dealings, and especially, it's something to do with his trust, I believe, is in there. Financial records that have been, or financial disclosures have been, very underhanded and lying. So that's something to do with like the death of his father and what he did afterwards to protect the financial assets and undervalue the trust. I believe this is going to show that he's undervalued the trust. All of the trust assets have been undervalued to the point that he could move forward and just take on whatever he wanted to take on. And it's very, very foolish for him to do this because the dealings, the relationships that he, got into, they've been secret. But what he's been trying to keep secret are those relationships and how he did these really foolish, and how his father, going all the way back, how they've been able to do this for a long, long time. So that's interesting. So how he took, it looks like, to sum it up, it was how he took lessons that he learned from his father and then protected the trust, undervalued things and made the trust look like the trust assets were very low when they were actually, very, very high. And so he protected the assets in a way that would allow him to move forward of his own will and screwed the rest of his family over, is what it looks like to me. But it was a very foolish way to go, very risky, very, very risky. And the relationships that helped him to do that. Well, he risked relationships. He, burned bridges with his family is what he did. It's exactly what he did. And which is why Mary Trump is writing, has written her book. And these are, secrets. A high priestess is often always, on the mundane levels are about secrets. On the inner levels, it's about, connecting in with your higher self. But he doesn't do that. So, yeah, I think that's it. I think that answered that question. So now I want to move ahead and find out. Next question is, will he be successful in keeping the Manhattan District Attorney, keeping their office? I can't remember exactly the name of the. Well, I guess it was a state grand jury investigation. Yeah, the state grand jury investigation. Will he be successful in keeping them away from his tax returns? Will his attorneys and he be successful? How will this go for him, keeping all this under wraps? Okay, so there's his money. Yeah, the family dynasty. Ooh. Wow. Okay, I have room, so I'll do some more. Wow. Okay, so this is just a confirmation, you know, King of Pentacles is him. It's just confirmation we're on the right track, and this is his family money, the dynasty. And this has to do with loans and gifts that he's received. So this could be Deutsche Bank, you know, the loans he's received from Deutsche Bank. And there will be judgment. I mean, I could have stopped drawing cards right here, but there will be judgment coming down on him. So that's for sure. And especially, you know, but going forward, I'm going to read this as the reason the judgment is coming down was because of the loans and the gifts, because I'm reading this directionally as in like chronological time. So this is him in the past. King of Pentacles is always the, you know, the dude with you know, the money, the resources, you know, and can span from legacies from prior, you know, life or prior family members. And that's definitely his case there. And then this has to do with the whole Trump organization. The Ten of Pentacles is your family money. So with the Ten of Pentacles there, this is going to affect Trump organization, you know, incorporated. So we're talking the kids as well. And where they have received their money is, you know, with the Six of Pentacles, that's showing that this will reveal where their money has come from. And there will be judgments about that. This can be a legal judgment that will ask why things have been hidden, right? And he's not going to be able to, with the High Priestess, that they're going to, you know, why things are hidden. The judgment will be to look into, you know, why he was hiding these things, and then he's going to want to walk away. The way it's going to affect him, oh my goodness, oh, it just hit me. He's going to try to run away to another country. Where can I go to get away from this? Where can I go to hide this, all this, you know, this facade of an empire? You know, where can I go to protect myself? Lordy. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to, you know, try to commit to an answer here, and I'm going to say that I do believe that he will not be successful in stopping a judgment against him and the dynasty of his family. This will affect, I believe, his children as well. I think I have it in my notes somewhere to do a reading on, you know, Don Jr. and Ivanka and Jared. I'll probably do them all separately. But anyway, sticking with Trump and his tax returns, I'm going to say judgment will come down for the secrets to be released, and then he's going to want to run to another country because there's I'm hearing damning evidence. So running to another country and, you know, what's that? I can't even pronounce the word, obfuscate, you know, run away. And he's going to be, you know, trying to defend himself. Like the running away he thinks is the only way he can defend himself. And he may run away in the nighttime with the moon card. It's a nighttime card. But definitely to try to hide. Wow. Okay, well that's it. All right. If you like these videos, please subscribe and like and share them. And if you have any questions, drop them into the viewer comments, and I'll do my best to answer them best I can. If I can. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes they're too big and broad, but I'll do my best. Okay, you guys, take good care. Bye.